to paraphrase an old Tonight Show quote, how tired are you?
I think the boys that are running are tired. I'm more mentally tired, but it's been a hard week. We got to do it again next week, which is tough. And we have 3 guys leaving for national team duty, with Jeremy Garay getting called into El Salvador, Armando Moreno, and then Jamalia White. So it's not going to get easier, So, and then we got to see with Brendan Craig's injury. So, we knew this was going to be a tough start, like last year. It's just about trying to get through it, and it's not the start that we wanted or expected.
And how is Brendan?
We'll have to see. Swollen ankle. As of right now, we think it's a high ankle sprain, and we'll see. Hopefully, that's the end of it. But it was significant on him.
And just in terms of today's game, I mean, obviously we saw the ideas again. Is there something that's missing? Is there something that needs to happen for this team to be able to put the ball in the back of the net?
I thought it was a good match. I think we were more organized than we were against Monterey Bay. That's something that we tried to focus on in the limited time that we did. So I give credit to the boys. I mean, we have opportunities, right? I look at the stats from this game. It was good stats. It was good shots on net, and I need to reflect and watch the match in detail. But I do think at the end of the games when we're down, we need to even be more ruthless. We need to put more balls in the box, and our finishing needs to be a bit more sharper. I think that's clear. So they had a good opportunity, I think, in the first half. That Jamali made a good save on, and then the goal. But I think in the second half we were defensively solid. They pressed high, where it was hard for us in the beginning of the second half to get out of our half a little bit, and we resulted on going long. It's a little bit of the situation that we're in. You have to put Tony in. He's playing right side center back as a left footer, and those 3 center backs are so important to build the game. But yeah, to answer your question, I'm going on a bit of a tangent here. Yeah, we need to be sharper in front of goal. That's what the game's about.
Coach, obviously we've talked about the fixture congestion, and you just mentioned the mental tiredness. But today, the starting 11 really only had one change, Vasiljevic coming in for Justin Dillon. Was there not a temptation to rotate even more, or do you feel that you can't really do that at this moment?
There is temptations. You always think about it, right, based on the congestion. I looked at their team, and I looked at what we have right now, and I felt comfortable enough with what we put out, and I think it showed what we put out. I don't think we looked that fatigued. Matter of fact, I thought Louisville looked more fatigued at the end of the first half and by the end of the game. So, when things don't go, if you don't get the 3 points, you always kind of think about that. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But I think we made the right choices in terms of saving Justin and putting him on. And you can always reflect and think about that.
Just in terms of, I think deservedly for the second time in 3 matches, Lucas Stoffer's your player of the game. Just talk about his contributions and what he brings.
Well, he didn't need to be rotated, I'll tell you that, because, he covers the most distance on the field. He is a competitor, and he brings a lot to our team. Now, unfortunately, when I have him on that left-hand side to start, is he getting enough production in the box? So I think we're seeing maybe even not him at his best right now, where he had a lot of assists last year. So super happy. Again, top performer today, has done a lot for us, and brings the competitiveness, and the guy's dying to win.
Speaking of, I think Justin Dillon, it seemed to me, was very bright when you brought him in the second half. It just seemed to unlock a little more, didn't it?
Yeah, we needed that, maybe a true 9 that could stretch and hold up the game. I think that was the thing that was missing maybe in the first half. Yeah. They were pressing us. We didn't really maybe have an outlet to get him behind a bit, with Armando and Toomey being more natural withdrawn forwards. So we made that sub at halftime. Like I said, Toomey is feeling a little bit in the groin. Justin, he had some freshness because he only played 45 with the food poisoning. So I think it helped us. I think it helped us in the game.
And just one more from me is Diego Abarca, it's the second game you've subbed him in. He's just 18 years of age, but you seem to trust him to be in the games and make good decisions.
Yeah, he's a guy last year that maybe didn't get as much opportunities as maybe people would have thought, but I think it was a year of growth. I tried to go into a 4-4-2 because I think we needed to remove a center back to try to tie the game, and I put him as a right winger. He had some chances in there, and we created some chances with the tactical change. I don't want to be in that situation where I have to change formation, but I thought it was necessary to get double width on the outside, and I'm happy with Diego's performance. I'm happy with the contribution that he's been able to put in, and I think the more he plays, the more confidence he will get. So it's good for him.
Has anybody surprised you in this? What have you found out in these 3 matches that's kind of made you more confident?
With our team?
With your team individually or just team-wise? Yeah.
I think this group can take in information well, and without too much training, you can see a different team from Monterey Bay. You can see, okay, we're more organized. Okay, can we get our pressing rotations and be a little bit more compact? And then in the second half, okay, yeah, let's go a little bit higher. Let's go 3v3 on their 3 central backs. So I'm impressed with the group in terms of adapting tactically. And that's a bright spot because I feel as a coach I can keep evolving our team as well. So, yeah, it's not the best start. It's a little bit better than the start from last year. That's fact. I think we should have at least 3 points in 3, and then we can argue if that's good enough. The fact is we have 1 and 9, and it's not good enough right now. So, Las Vegas, it's going to be a much-needed break. But like I said, we're going to be missing some players, so we give new players opportunities, and that's all we can do.
Eric, I know it's a disappointing start. I mean, technically speaking, it's a point better than it was last year at this time. But I mean, how disappointed are you that you weren't able to get at least a point out of this?
Yeah, I mean, I've been disappointed since, last game a little bit more, just because that should have been easily 3 points, even with, the playing wasn't as high as it was the first game, or even compared to today. And I've been disappointed since that game, just because of the fact of their tying goal came off a mistake from myself. That a simple, easy pass, simple decision in a crucial time of the game, wherein I really you don't see that often, right? And so yeah, I've been disappointed about that, and trying to come in and respond today. I feel like the team did, with it being against a top team in our 3rd game of the week. I think we responded very well in the first half. We created some chances. We were more organized defensively, but then again, one little, I don't know if it was communication-wise or just a slip of the man, and they find the back of the net.
And what about? I mean, what do you think that next step is for your team? I mean, just finding the bounces to go your way? Is it what is it?
I mean, yeah. I think so. I mean, not even the bounces going our way, just I guess those opportunities that we create, at least when we hit the target, something going our way. Just getting those goals that we really need at this moment. Also just for myself, I feel like I'm so crucial on my game and the way I play, and I'm questioning myself and seeing am I giving what I need to give for the team? Especially as the captain, as one of the leaders of the team. I'm taking it very personal and very, very hard, that I feel like I should raise my hand first, always, just because I'm the captain and the leader. I feel like I need to do more, I don't want to keep blaming myself, because that's just me. That's my personality. But at the same time, I think for myself, there's more that you've seen, fans have seen, that I can do more.
Eric, obviously there's been a lot of changes to this team in the offseason, a lot of signings made, but midfield is ostensibly where most of the continuity is between you and Liam Rose. However, we've seen Tumi Moshabani play as an 8 alongside you, and then today Basuljevic comes on. Mm-hmm. Do you think with kind of the choppy and changing that's been going on early, that maybe midfield's lacking a little bit of fluency and there just needs to be more more chemistry, or how do you think those relationships are developing this season?
No, I think we're fine there. I mean, I think we're fine as of right now. It's shown. Obviously, Monterrey was just a different, I guess. How can I put it? Like, I don't know if it was just tired legs from going very hard and aggressive the first game, and then midweek game. But even like today, showing the changes between Tumi Moshibandi as an 8 now playing started off a little higher, Arun coming in. I think we still had a lot of quality from today, especially first half, and we were able to play and find our chemistry between each other. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of switches, and I think that's part of the game. And that's part of being a professional. Is whenever changes come in, and if you're one of those changes, you just have to adapt and already just kind of figure out how each of us play, and that's what training comes in. There's obviously little training sessions that we mix and match, and we've played alongside each other, so it helps for the game. But I think Arun did a fantastic job. Tumi's been doing well as an 8 as well, and yeah, Liam and I, we try to do our best and try to guide them and try to get them on the same page as us.
How does that Brandon Craig loss affect you guys, man?
It's going to be hard, right? I mean, he's been very top for his age and in that position for us. Obviously, it's heartbreaking to see somebody and a young player like that has a lot of quality to go down in such matter. And yeah, who knows, what's going to happen after this. But like we said, that opens another door for somebody else to step in, prove themselves and, take responsibility and, and show their personality and character that they can, whoever goes into that position or anywhere in the position in the back line, I guess, or any changes, that they're prepared and they're, mentally ready for this.
Lastly, you're a midfielder. You love the attack like everyone else. What do you think is missing for this team to find the back of the net continuously?
It's tough. I mean, it's a tough question for me because I'm not like a true goal scorer. Unfortunately, I wish I was. So I'm rarely in those moments. I was a little bit my first year here, and it was a bit of a shock to me as well. But yeah, I don't know. Like I was kind of saying for the first question, just like a little bit of like not luck, but bounces going our way. We had some opportunities, in the first half that we hit. Some on target, some were a little off, and it's just that like little inch or two maybe difference that can possibly just go our way, like it does for other teams. But I mean, we're creating chances, which is good. But at the end of the day, those chances don't go in the scoreboard. It's going to be the same.
Before we continue in English, just a few quick ones in Spanish, Eric, for our Spanish media. Pues obviamente, Eric, el resultado no se dio hoy como decíamos nosotros aquí en Locomotive. ¿Qué viste mal en el campo hoy, en el partido de hoy?
Pues no sé si estoy viendo algo mal. Solo otra vez son los chances que estamos creyendo y no van adentro de la portería, ¿no? Ellos, no sé cuántos chances tenían ellos de que estaban clarísimos, solo el gol, ¿no? Pero esa es la diferencia. Ellos tienen un chance clarísimo, hacen un gol y cuando nosotros estamos ahí, los fallamos. Y es todos, no son solo una persona, ¿no? No son solo los delanteros, ¿no? Son mucha gente del equipo y solo necesitamos ver un juego que notamos más de un gol y ahí vamos a seguir trabajando de eso.
Obviamente empezar la temporada con un punto nomás no es lo ideal. ¿Cómo crees que entre el equipo cuando regresan al entrenamiento para tratar de trabajar en esas cosas, para tratar de arreglar para los partidos que vienen?
Sí, eso es algo difícil, la verdad, porque para venir a entrenar y pensar el próximo juego, ¿no? Ahorita estamos con cabeza abajo porque estamos perdiendo los juegos, ¿no? Como dijiste, llegamos 3 juegos con un punto y es difícil para ir a entrenar con alegría y más es más fácil cuando estamos ganando todos los partidos, pero ahí es cuando salen los jugadores grandes y la mentalidad que quieren ganar y vamos a trabajar para el próximo juego. Esta es la única cosa que podemos hacer ahorita, porque no podemos ir a regresar a estos 3 partidos porque ya están.